Okay, so if I may share my screen, I'm just going to create an account. Unfortunately, it didn't give us serious details. Okay, they just told us the company name, that was it. Their end is 31st December 2018. At their end, I think that's the beginning of the year, because their end is actually in 2019. Okay, so where the journals are not asked for, like it is in this case, you don't have a question, we don't have a required regarding journals, you will use 1st January 2019 rather than 31st December 2018. And the reason is clear that 31st December 2018 and 1st January 2019, they're not very far from each other, just a minute away. That 1 minute midnight, 31st December 2018, as good as 1 minute past midnight, 1st January 2019. Okay, so if I may share my worksheet, my thingy, I'll just use a quick one. Creating an account. I want to go into details like I normally do. Okay, so I'm saying this is which traders, the industry, maybe still general product based, company type, maybe still limited liability company. Okay, so the partnership. So multi member, tax ID I don't have. So continue. The address, maybe I would say zero waste. Pala. Okay, so it doesn't work to me. 6 countries, other. Phone number. Email, I'll put those later. Then create file account. Okay. Okay, just in a few, it will commence. I hope you can hear me. Someone can just give me a chat, just confirm. Because you didn't say the word. Okay, of course, when you're creating an account, you don't use Express. It's supposed to use detailed. Yeah. But here we're trying to be faster, so I use the Express. Start working. Okay, once you're here, just say start working. Okay, click start working. Okay, so all these things will come pop up. So just close them off. Okay, thanks, Emily. Close them off, close them off. Have a clean. Okay. Then as usual, you edit preferences, even if they don't tell you. Okay, I always begin with payments first. Payments, come to preference, and take this one and post it fine. Then you say okay. Then still preferences. Interested in multi-currency. Okay, saying our home currency or putting currency is this time still AGX. So come here, few more currencies and shillings, make it active. Yes, then okay. Right. So the other thing was the VAT. VAT is usually still a preference thing, editing preferences. And we shall just do that in a few. So as usual, close off all your accounts. Okay, have a clean. Okay, then let's deal with VAT. It is sales tax. So you come still to edit, then preferences, then you come and look for sales tax. Okay, then company preference, then you say yes. Okay, this will come here under your most common sales tax item. Click on it, add new. Okay, sales tax, you will see several things here. Your interest is on the sales tax item. Okay, and not non-inventory part like last time. So when you click on it, it's already clicked. Ask you for the sales tax name, which is VAT. Description, you can say a thing or two if you want, but you may choose to say nothing. Okay, but it's a sales tax. We know that it is a tax charged on sale on inventory or on a sale that you make. Okay, change the rate to 18%. Okay, the tax agency, of course, in Uganda we know only one tax agency. That is URA. You add new, come to vendor. The guy is called URA. When preferably put at the beginning of the year as a date. Okay. So it's 1st January 2019. Okay, and then you say okay. If you add more details like maybe contact, location, we know, but for now just say okay. Right. Then okay. And then apply it over. Say okay.
What's the name say?
Make it existing and then say yes. And then okay. So that's how we deal with it. I don't know about sales tax. I'll just say that you go to edit preference. Sales tax to be there. Edit accordingly. Okay. Okay. So that's how we deal with sales tax. Yeah, so now we can look at a few items in the question and see what people are saying. Okay. So maybe capture here for the bank accounts, I'll capture the UG currency and maybe one of those, maybe a dollar account. Okay, Barclays. And then we see now we can capture a few other, maybe an item or two. And then, yeah, do a few transactions and then we see. So, having said that, I'll start with maybe the fixed asset here on top, pick up. Okay. So for assets, we know that we use actually for opening balances, we use journals. Okay. So you come to accountant. Okay. Accountant make journals. So we know it's supposed to debit your asset. Okay, here the date is important, of course, very, very important. Said we use 1st January 2019. Okay, now we're debiting an old track, so we say new item. Okay, fixed asset. Let me see if I have any asset that I can edit. The assets. I have two furniture and fittings, so I don't have one. So just add new. So fixed asset. Continue. Then to the name is old. Is it old truck? Old pickup. Okay. Then save. Capture the amount. Synergy X 5 million. Debit 5 million. Okay, because the other account that is involved is none other than the opening balance equity. then you save a new since we have other items. Save a new. Then we now capture bank account. Okay. Specifically Barclays, which is in USD. So still it's an asset. So we debit. Come here, account. And assets. Do I have? Okay, so many things. Okay, I don't have, so add. Come to bank. Continue. Place bank. Okay, currency is different. It's USD, so change it from here. US dollar. Okay. Nothing much to say. If it had an account number, I think it doesn't have details. Account numbers, we put it here. Then you say save and close. Okay. You don't want to see these messages. Then how much is in USD? It's 25,000. So when an amount is in USD, for the dollar or currency, you change it from here. Okay, currency, come and you say US dollar. Okay, so when you change it here, then the debits and credits automatically change. The amounts go in USD dollars. Okay, so you're given a rate, you put the rate here. Okay, rate was given. You say that exchange rates for USD is 3,600. Okay, it was given here, and other currencies. Right. Share the screen in that regard. Okay, I'm saying it was given here. When you scroll down, just below the tables, currencies were given. Okay, so we continue. Saying the rate here is 3,600. The amount here was given as 25,000. Okay, then we're going to credit opening balance equity. Then we say save and what? And new, since we have another item. So that's for foreign currencies. Even for Citibank, you will do the same. So let's look at 7. Let's look at the EGX. The EGX account was given. It is a Stanbic 20 million. So it's already in EGX. So come debit Stanbic Bank. Sure, I don't have that. So you add new. Let me say Stanbic. It's in EGX, and then you say okay, save and close. It's how much? 20 million. It goes to opening balance equity. Then you save now and close. Okay. So that's how we capture bank balances. Fatima debit and what? I mean, pardon and what? Okay, so where is it? Let's look at the other item. Datas. Okay. For datas, I'll stick to the EST method, but you know that you have two methods for this. And I got feedback that you didn't like the other method, and yet it's what they gave us in class. So if you didn't like it, then I understand. However, notwithstanding, should I just take the easy one? So datas, Sahel, said that for Sahel or for any customers, okay, they're both in UGX. You shall go to customers, okay, then customer center. Okay, then you come here, add new customer job, then you want new customer, click on it to bring you that provision. Okay, so it is Sahel traders 5M. Sahel traders 5 million. It's in UGX, as you can see. The date is still 1st January 2019. If you had any more details you'd include, then you say okay. Okay, so that's what you do for all customers. So I want to do Sahel for customers. Let's look at the vendors. For currency in dollars, we said that we make journals because we are capturing opening balances. Make journals. Okay. Say that if your journals are in dollars, like we saw for a particular bank account, first change it here. Say under shillings, you're using dollars, whatever currency you're using dollars. Okay. And then let me use an illustration using the one I hadn't done since your past. Let's look at Citibank, which is using pound. Okay, so it's a pound. Since there's no pound here, it's well, can for now first treat in UGX. So the date is 1st January. I'm saying I'm going to debit Citibank. So add a new bank, continue, come and put Citi. Okay, Citibank. The currency is none other than a dollar. So add new, sorry, pound. So when you look for it here, pound, it's not sure. Let's look for it manually. Pound, let's put it. British pound sterling, make it active. Okay, then set 7 close. So on the journals, when you come, make sure that you have to change the figures or the amounts to the dollar you're looking at, or this currency you're looking at. This case it's a pound. If it was a US dollar, you choose it here. It's a pound. Okay, they said it is worth 12,000. So you come and say 12,000. Okay, it consists in pounds, so good to go. Opening balance, equity. That is it. Then you save. Okay. So save and close. I hope the one was asking about the currency now. Okay. So let's look at now a vendor, because for customers we know. So you go to customers, customer center, new customer job, then new customer, then you're good to go. So we have creditors, they're in UG, I mean they're in USD. So we shall begin with this one. Japu. Still for vendors, you now come to vendors. Okay, suppliers, vendors, vendor center. Okay, and then new vendor. Then you put Japu traders. Okay, change the date. December, but January rather. January 2019. Okay, and change the currency. You realize that here when you put the amount, let me check. The amount was $200,000. Put the amount $200,000, and you change the currency to where it belongs, which is US dollar. Okay, you find that this part is made inactive. Okay, so you have a zero balance here. So that's not a problem. So you just say okay. Right? As you can see, it has a zero balance. So how we capture the opening balance is you use the journals. Okay, that you have this. So you say okay. So you come to journals, accountant, make journals. Right? When there, you'll find that still we want to convert this to USD dollar. Okay, so the date is fine. So it is a data, I mean a supplier. So when you're debiting, you debit opening balance equity. Okay, it was $200,000. So the amount is 200,000. Okay. Okay, 20,000. Then the account that is involved, it is a data, right? So come and look for accounts. Sorry, supplier, accounts payable. Yeah, it is, and it's in USD. So when you click on it, you come and put the name of the person. The guy was called Japa Traders. Okay, so this is how we capture the opening balance of Japia. Then you say okay, save and close. Maybe for that I can just repeat that for you. Okay. We're saying after capturing the name and the vendor, we will not have a balance. Okay. Yes, you can see. Okay, Japa has a balance of 0. Okay, but we know he has an opening balance. So what we do is you come to accountant, then make a general journal. Okay, so when there, we're saying it is in USD, the journal we want to make, and we know that the currency, the exchange currency is 3,600. Okay, so we know that you're supposed to debit opening balance equity because the other account involved is a liability. Okay, $200,000. Saying it's accounts payable, right? Then the name, specific vendor is this guy. Then you save and close. That is how we capture this. Okay. So I could show you in the charts of accounts. Or if charts of accounts, I could show you in the vendor. In the vendor center. Then you see that this guy now has 200,000. Will the balance still disappear if you're using UGX? I don't understand. What if you just add the opening balance from here? Yeah, when you put the balance and you change the currency, it will disappear. So ideally, it doesn't work. However, can you also use vendors enter bills on this? Yes, the lecturer's method, I think, will still work. Pardon. Okay. Let me see what the balance is. No, for UGX, it remains the same because you're using the home currency. Clever. It would remain there if you had used UGX. Just like you saw for datas. Because it was in UGX, the balance just remained. Nothing because opening balance comes. Atuma, but that means you don't use vendor center. You use the vendor center to capture the name and change the currency. So use it. And I have not converted money to UGX. The currency part, how do you call it? The exchange rate part was inactive, so you can't use it. But if you only use channels, I think it's still fine. for the journal, it's still fine for the opening balance. But as you can see, you need to capture the name of the person. So at the end of the day, you still have to use both. Then why is it that GRA is there? Because that's where the sales tax VAT ends up. Okay, GRA picks that money. That's why it's there. If it's active, use it. What is active? I've not understood. What if it disappears? Remove on. Then disappear, because if it disappears, it means that you didn't capture the balance. So you need to capture the balance. Okay. No, it can't be there if it's not there. Okay. It can't be there once it shows not there. They're opening balances for creditors and receivables. Yes, what you're capturing now, Esther. Of course, the opening balances. So that is it. Let me move on. Okay, so the next thing are the items. I'm just going to capture 2 items and stock. Roofing, nails. I'll start with that. So for stock, we know that you come to list, item list. Okay. Then you come and add item, then new. Okay, it is inventory part, so maybe it's not here inventory part. So I may want to go to still edit. Okay, and then preference, and then items and inventory, company preference, and then you tick this. Make you may not. Okay, if it fails, what you do is you first come and close all windows. Okay, closing all windows, you can come to Windows here, window, then close all. Okay, then try again. So I'm saying come to edit, preference, item and inventory, company preference, then you want to tick this. Okay, so when you tick it and you say okay, now you can come and add the items. List, item list, maximize, item, new, then you have now inventory part. Okay, so we have roofings, roofing nails. Okay, it is a sub item of still add new inventory part. Okay, hardware. Okay, then for hardware you need to put here the issue of sales income. Because they don't have open balance, so just say okay. The date you want to change it to 1st of January. 1st January 2019. Then you say okay. Okay, now back to this. So we're saying 2 things: sub item of hardware, enable measure, unit of measure. It was given in kgs, so single, then count, no, weight, next kg, then you finish. Okay, the cost was given per unit of 4,000. We're also given the selling price of 8,000. Because the income account involved is sales, it's at hand, that's 1,000. Date as usual is 1st January 2019. Okay, and then you're good to go. Then you say okay. You can say okay, but if you have another item, just say next. So for now, let me say okay. That means you can edit later. Can you just leave sub item? You can't leave sub item if it is given. If it is clear like those. Okay, you have hardwares, you had food items. So you want to be specific. Okay, otherwise it's still fine, but I think you lose a mark or two, I think. Okay, so we continue because when you extract the report, it's supposed to reflect this. So let's try out an item in food items. So in food items, you can try sugar. So sugar still in cages. So saying come to list, item list, maximize item, then new. Okay, it's inventory part. You're looking at sugar. Okay, it is a sub item of food items which you don't have here. So we add new inventory part, food items. Then here you don't do much, just come, so income, then the date. 2019. Then you say okay. So you have this, it is in cages. So here the cost was given as 3,500. Selling price is 6,000. Still, so the date is 1st January 2019. And you say okay. Or next, let's say next now this time. Next. So you capture any other inventory item that you have. You put description. Yeah, description is really choice. But for opening balances, I would encourage you don't put anything. Okay, you don't have to put anything for description. But if I use group instead of sub item, always use sub item. Group thing works only. It really works when how do you call it? Whenever you have like two warehouses, you have a warehouse. Like you have two warehouses where you have one as a sub warehouse of the other. Okay, that inventory leaves a particular warehouse and goes into another warehouse, which are for the same owner. So usually that's when we normally use a group. So I would encourage you to use sub item in this case. So let's capture one inventory item and then we see how we can move on from here. So I'll still prefer using food items. You have salt, so say salt, the sub item of food items. Salt is still in buckets. So add measure. Buckets, as you can see, it's not one of these, so you can say other. Then you say buckets. So this will be picket. Okay, so meanwhile, this link is going to close in a few. So just join again in the same link. Then we see how we can proceed. The last one. So the cost is that 800. So then it's 600. So 1st January 2019. So okay, this time we say okay. Okay, so we'll resume again in just rejoin as soon as we get off. Okay. So I'll just explain again the sales tax energy. Just let's resume in a minute.